Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. This is a really poor selection. I just did Warlock. I have a ton of priest runs on the channel, so we're gonna have to do Paladin here. And let's see what we start off with. Wow, we have the unpassable Aldor Peacekeeper. You cannot pass that card as a Paladin. These are all really good cards. Kind of sad that I have to pass on these good drops, but True Silver Champion I think is worth taking. And here, well, the Bloodsail Raider is one of those tricky cards. It's good on turn 2, but later in the game it could still be good if you have a True Silver Champion to go with it. Is that better than a Shattered Sun Cleric? Shattered Sun Cleric has been a little bit underwhelming. I think the nerf to it really affects it, making it a 3-2 rather than a 3-3, which is fine because a 3-3 was grossly overpowered. Ah, man. It's tough. Alright, I'll take the Bloodsail Raider. That's a tough call, though. Alright, do I take a second True Silver Champion over another good 2-drop? Well, I did just take a 2-drop pretty aggressively, so let's in fact grab a second one of these weapons. Okay, the only playable card here is the Ooze. Let's just not think anymore. And here's a tricky one, so I could take an actual 4-drop. This weapon is alright. It's not super great, especially with two True Silvers. You end up burning this a lot. And then, of course, the Guardian is a decent 7-drop. But I don't have any 4-drops right now. The question is this a good enough 4-drop? Not really. I mean, Yeti, Senjin I would take. Violet Teacher, well, Violet Teacher's a rare card. I would take that too. But yeah, this is okay. The 2-1 dies to Druids and Rogues and Mages, and that really weakens this effectiveness. I mean, it's still a good card, but let's actually grab an endgame here. I think that's a very valuable card to have. Well, this is a little bit unfortunate. I don't really want the Ravenhold Assassin because I just took a 7-drop, and this one's not that great. If you take a card like this, you're basically committing yourself to keep your curve very low, because if you have a high curve, then and you're like need your drops to kind of catch you back up, this doesn't really help. Young Priestess, though, is just trash. So I'm going to take this and I will go for it. I'll go for a really low curve deck here. I say, and then I get a 5-drop. Well, the Smith is a 4-6. This obviously puts out a total of 6 power and 6 toughness. This just puts out 4 power and 6 toughness, but it's got more health in one package, which can be good against some things, or it can be bad against, hexes. This guy's bad against fireball or flame strikes. I mean, what do I think are the odds that the Spiteful Smith will help a True Silver Champion? If I had Light's Justice, the Spiteful Smith can get really, really good. Let's take the Silverhand Knight. That's a tough call, though. Very tough call. All right, well, Senjin is an easy pick. There. And, okay. The Kodo can be really good. The concern about Violet Teacher is I have literally no spells, so I think while it's maybe the better card in the abstract, they both have a 3-5 body, but the Violet Teacher costs 1 less mana and has a really good ability. I don't know here if it makes sense to take the Violet Teacher, just because I don't have any spells at all. What spells would I play? I mean, maybe Hand of Protection, maybe later on. I mean, obviously I'd like to get Consecration or Hammer of Wrath. Those are hard to play with the Violet Teacher out, though, because they're expensive. I could always just take the Sun Fury Protector, get a 2-drop, have a lower curve, be able to give some things taunt, although there's no good targets for that. Still, it'd be nice to have more taunt in here. Okay, I'm going to take the Sun Fury Protector. I think it's actually the weakest of those 3 cards, but it seems like the most logical one to take there. Okay, let's since I passed on a Shattered Sun Cleric earlier, let's grab the Wolf here over the mediocre 3-drop. Here, I think definitely the Fen Creeper over the Ventrico, because the Ventrico, while more aggressive, has a price I don't really want to pay. Oh, God. Well, I have to take another Fen Creeper. This is too many 5-drops. I don't know how many 5-drops we got here. Okay, over a 3rd True Silver, let's take Argent Protector. It's a very important card. This is just junk, so I guess I gotta take another Senjin, which is fine. Here we'll take a Shattered Sun Cleric over Fen Creeper number 3. Well, we got lots of taunt in this deck, folks. We got that going for us. Dalaran Mage is a card I enjoy, but I literally have no use for it. It's just a 1-4 for 3, so we're gonna take another Ooze. This is a lot of 2-drops, probably too many 2-drops, actually. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, well, I guess we're getting another endgame card here. I think the Sea Giant's just the best. And we get a legendary. Wow. Well, okay, Tyrian Fordring, probably the best card in the abstract here. But with 3 really big cards and 3 5-drops that are also quite hefty, I don't actually want an 8-mana card. I'm going to take the Sylvanas just because she drops earlier. Alright, Blessing of Kings I think is the move here over another Guardian. Alright, Consecration, finally, got one of those. Dark Iron Dwarf, I've got 2 Shattered Sun Clerics, don't feel like and a Wolf, I don't think I need the buff. I'm going to take Harvest Golem, I need a really solid 3-drop here. Wouldn't actually mind some 1-drops is what I was just about to say, and here's a Worgen Infiltrator, perfect. I would take another one even. Oh god, this is terrible. Oh man, I've got a lot of endgame actually. I don't want this Ventrico Mercenary, I really just don't want it in the deck. I don't want it here, I don't want it slowing down my drops. I hate this, but I'm actually considering Holy Light, ladies and gentlemen. This is a card I've never played with. It's just total trash, but this Dalaran Mage, I mean, what is it doing as a 1/4? It's making my Consecration better? Okay, there's one use for it, so I'm going to take it, but man, I am not happy about that pick. Okay, so since I didn't take a Spiteful Smith, I took the Silverhand Knight instead. The Slight's Justice is still mediocre. I'm going to get my favorite combo, though. Got 2 True Silver Champions enabling this Dread Corsair, hopefully letting it be free sometimes. And I don't want another 4-drop. We'll take the best. Well, hang on a minute. I have so many 2-drops. This is insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God, I don't want a 7th 2-drop. Do I want another 4-drop? I mean, really, if we look at it, these are all not creatures. This isn't a 4-mana creature, so I've really just got 2 4-drops. No, I'm going to take the Berserker. I'm just going to take it. I want the early game, so I want to survive to my end game. Voodoo Doctor. Could take that to have another turn 1 play, although it's not a great turn 1 play. I don't think I want this Bloodsail Raider. I guess I'll take a Dark Iron Dwarf here. Another 3-drop is great. Blessing of Might. Hold on, I might need to consider this. I mean, that would give me a little bit of reach in this deck. A little bit of burn potential. What synergy do I have with this? Well, kind of the Harvest Golem, kind of. I mean, putting it on a fat creature like a Fen Creeper could work as well, or a Sylvanas could work as well. Or Ravenholt Assassin. I mean, this is worth considering. I can't believe I'm considering passing a Razorven Hunter when this is my curve situation for a Blessing of Might, but you gotta consider your deck. I mean, what I have for removal here are 2 True Silver Champions and a Consecration. Then I have sort of quasi-removal with Blessing of Kings and the Argent Protector. So we're looking at a total of 5 cards there, plus I got some buffs, which could work as removal, but very limited in scope. I mean, this might be the card I need. I would just hate to take it and then lose because it's sitting in my hand, but I have so many 2-drops. I'm going to have plays. I think I need to take this card. I think I need a little bit of reach in my deck. Well, we got to choose between Avenging Wrath or Lay on Hands, and I think it's a very tough decision, actually, because Lay on Hands would give me some card draw, which I currently have 0 of in this deck. There is not a single card in here that draws other cards. But Avenging Wrath just deals a lot of damage. Alright, we're going to go for the Avenging Wrath. So, that was an interesting draft. I don't know how far this will go. I passed on a Gnomish Inventor at one point to take some other good card. And that was the only card drawer I actually saw. I didn't see a single Novice Engineer, never saw Loot Hoarder, never saw Acolyte of Pain, never even saw Divine Favor. So I'm really just playing off the top in these games. I don't exactly know how to characterize the deck. It's got a bit of a U shape, or maybe like a W shape. Lots of 2s, lots of 4s, and then lots of endgame. That could definitely work with the Paladin's hero ability to help pick up the pieces if I'm up against like a warrior or a hunter or someone who cannot kill them for free. So I don't know. Average deck. I've got a daily quest to get to 5 wins, so if I can make it to 5 wins, I'll be really, really happy. Well, we're up against a warrior here. Shot down the warrior. That's great news for me. I do like being a Paladin against warriors. Much as I'm tempted to keep Dread Corsair in case I top deck True Silver Champion, I feel like if I don't top deck True Silver Champion, it's just too weak of a card to keep. And, okay, we got a bit of a weird draw here. So I've got my Ooze, but I'm up against a warrior. I don't really want to play an Ooze against a warrior if I'm not killing a weapon with it. And, okay, it looks like I got another 2-drop to play. It's the nice thing about the Sunfree Protector. It's good early, but it's also good late. Now, I could consider making a Recruit here to save this ability, but I think actually, you know, the extra power on this is worth it because if he drops a 3-2, I can drop the Argent Protector next turn and get a free kill, which I couldn't do with the warrior, with the Recruit. Now, if he plays a Fiery War Axe, then I'm going to just lose this to the Fiery War Axe. No, he's got Heroic Strike. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. So it's a removal card for a removal card. Heroic Strike can kill bigger things, and it can also go to the face. Shadowstone Cleric. Well, I really cannot waste the Ooze. I don't want to waste the Cleric, and I don't want to waste this either. So I had a lot of things to play, but none of them seemed worthwhile. So we're just going to make a Recruit here. Technically, whenever you make a Recruit as a Paladin, you go up a card. So it's kind of like card advantage. A little bit of a flimsy thing. I mean, it's just a 1-1, but I feel like it was worth it there. So he's just going to play a Dread Corsair. Unfortunately, that is beyond the reach of the Shadowstone Cleric. However, it is within the reach of a Sen'jin. So I'll pass the turn. I mean, I'm threatening to kill his pirate. I'm threatening to kill his 4-drop with my much better 4-drop. He didn't get lucky. He needed a Fiery War Axe to be able to play this for cheap. He didn't get it. He's got a Cleave, which will allow him to clear my board. So this Recruit actually kind of... Well, it's a good thing it was the Recruit and not an Ooze or something, because then I would have just lost it. He's actually got Commanding Shout, so this ends up being an extremely good turn for him. He got to keep all of his stuff. Luckily, I top decked a True Silver Champion to stay ahead on cards, but that was a little bit of a frustrating turn. Commanding Shout, by the way, a very good card. I used to think this was bad, and I think I tried it once or twice, and it didn't work well for me, but I don't know what happened. Now it's just, I think, amazing pretty much every time I have it. So this is awkward. I've got these buff cards, but I was not able to keep a creature on the board, thanks to his Cleave and his Commanding Shout. So I'd say that my opponent actually has the advantage here. I'd really like for him to play a weapon, but he is not obliging me. He instead plays the Argent Squire, which is furiously annoying. Alright, well, what I'm going to do here is make a recruit and buff it up with a Shatterstone Cleric. I'm not going to use my True Silver Champion on this frickin' Argent Squire. We'll just have a bunch of 2-power minions. Hopefully he doesn't have any more cleaves, otherwise I might lose this game. I do have this guy. I'd be wasting 3 points of health at the moment playing him, but a 5/6 is a pretty good threat. Warrior would have to have Execute to kill it effectively, or I guess a Gorehowl, which is an epic. So these guys, well, the Ooze, it could still be useful. I mean, if he plays a Gorehowl or something, then I can Ooze it. So I'm probably not going to play this Ooze until he plays a weapon, or we get down to like a top deck war. And then this guy, I'm pretty happy to have him in my hand. As long as I can get some other minion to stick, I'll be fine with this in my hand. It's just if I don't have any minions on the board that this guy is kind of unremarkable. Alright, well, he's going to get the kill. How is he going to choose to get the kill? He's going to choose to get it this way, which makes sense. Oh my god, is he seriously going to kill my board? He is. God damn it. I cannot get anything to stick. Alright, so let's, I'm not going to use this Guardian of Kings yet. I really... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm going to put more stuff on the board. So we're going to do this, this, and this. We're just trying to, you know, get some board presence for God's sake. He's killed everything I've played, even though he hasn't had any weapons. He's had, like, other random junk, like Commanding Shout and Cruel Taskmaster and Korokron Elites to kill my things. Okay, so I've hopefully got some board presence. Hopefully that's going to stick. And then we've got, you know, the Guardian potentially coming down later. I think I'm probably just going to have to waste the healing. But if he does play a weapon this turn, I'm going to Ooze it, and that will delay my Guardian by a turn. Consecration could be useful, though if he plays big stuff, that won't work very well. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't want him to play big things. If he plays big minions, that's what I won't be able to deal with. Avenging Wrath isn't the greatest at dealing with large creatures. This could have been a Lay on Hands, and actually it would have been better as a Lay on Hands. Even though I'd waste most of the heal, I wouldn't actually mind paying 8 mana to draw 3 cards in a situation like this. The nice thing is that I'm a Paladin against a Warrior, so I do kind of go up cards every time I make my recruits. Okay, well, he's thinking a lot. And he does only have, like, 5 cards. So this is exactly what I didn't want to happen. He played a big minion. Don't like that at all. He's gonna hit me in the face. Alright. Blessing of Might. Oh my goodness, am I glad I drafted that card. Yes, yes, yes. Gonna kill that Spiteful Smith. Gonna kill that Squire. Hit him in the face. Waste 2 points of healing, but I do get a 5/6 on the field, which is fine. A Ravenholt Assassin would have been actually better here. Or a Sea Giant, for that matter. So it's like I had kind of like the worst of my endgame cards there. But still, I got an endgame card. Does he have a Mind Control tech? He'd have a 50-50 chance of getting something good, although if he got the Shatterstone Cleric, I could kill it. So the only really good thing he could take is this. Still, it'd be a good card for him, because he'd play the Mind Control tech, he'd steal one of my minions, and that minion he stole would kill another one, so it'd be like a 3-for-1. He's gonna Slam. Oh no, does he have the Slam Execute? No, he has a Slam Korokron Elite, which is not as good. That's okay, that's actually still good. It's fine. It's not a 2-for-1 because he drew a card off the Slam, but he had to spend more mana. Oh my god, are you kidding me? He just cleared my board. Are you goddamned kidding me? Well, normally it's correct to Avenging Wrath as a Fireball to the face. So as a Pyroblast, mini Pyroblast to the face. However, here, I think it's more important to put extra minions on the field than to use this as a Fireball. Because he's got so much health. He's got 33 health. I mean, this 8 damage is pretty much nothing. I cannot believe he actually cleared my board. Slam Korokron, another Cleave, and an Enrage for good measure. What the hell? That's ridiculous. Well, the longer this game drags out, the more likely I am to, first of all, get ahead thanks to these recruits. It's so annoying being a Warrior against a Paladin in this top deck war. You just keep having to divert resources killing these things. And if you fall behind, then they start dealing serious damage. And also, the longer it goes, the longer I have to draw my, let's see, Sea Giant, Ravenholt Assassin, or Silverhand Knight would actually be pretty good as well. Alright, he had a pretty lame move there, just making that silencer dude. I also have a pretty lame move. I could actually Avenging Wrath here. I'm going to Avenging Wrath. I want to keep my ooze around. So hopefully at least 3 of the 8 missiles will hit the Spellbreaker, and they do. Lovely, as well as Dovely. We hit. We hit. I'm not going to wait for my other True Silver Champion. We're just going to accept a 2-3 for 2. Okay, here we are. He's got 3 cards to my 6. My cards are kind of weak, so a couple of good cards here, or even just 1 good card would be fine. But this is 5, 6, 7 power that I have, plus another 2 damage, so he's going to start to be in a little bit of trouble if he can't clear the board yet again. So many board clears by this guy this game. Every time I think I've got a stable situation, he's got answers. Mortal Strike, good to see that. And it's a desperate way of killing a Bloodsail Corsair. He's got Upgrade with no weapons. Does he seriously have a Whirlwind? Oh, he's a Cruel Taskmaster. I was going to say, if he had a freaking Whirlwind, I was going to flip a bitch. Alright, so is Consecration worth using to kill a Cruel Taskmaster? That is the question. I think the answer is no, now that I drew this Pirate. I'm just going to do this. Play the Ooze to kill his weapon. Make another Recruit. I'm not going to throw 2 Recruits at that Cruel Taskmaster. We're just going to swing, and hope he does not top deck removal, because as long as he doesn't top deck removal or any sort of interference, this Pirate will be good for the kill, and then I'm just going to start pounding through the damage. Right, Gorbashi Berserker is a bit of a frustrating card here, but I can deal with that. If I had taken a Stampeding Kodo instead of Sunfury Protector, well, the whole game would have been different. Because the Sunfury Protector, which could have been the Kodo, ended up dropping on turn 2, and that ate a Heroic Strike, which wasn't around later. I mean, that's hard to predict. Okay, Dark Iron Dwarf, that's tempting, just to kill this right now. 5, 6, 7, I'd have to throw a lot at it. But this thing would actually survive, so that's worth doing it. Actually, you know, I could just play Consecration here. You know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep everything I have. Clear his board. I mean, yeah, I'm a little bit vulnerable to some things he could draw, but really, for the most part, I've got 4 recruits sticking on the board, so my hero ability is way better than his. And, I mean, my hero ability is dealing 4 damage to him per turn. It's really, like, a Paladin who got recruits to stick, that is the strongest hero ability in the game, I think. A lot of people say that the Warlock's hero ability is the strongest in the game, and that's technically true, just like in general. But if you are a Paladin and you actually got recruits to stick, there is just nothing that has like a bigger impact on the game than that. Okay, we're just gonna really ignore his Earthen Ring Farseer here and get a bunch of damage through. So now my Blessing of Kings Silverhand Recruit is threatening the kill. I couldn't make another recruit, by the way, because my board's actually full. I could have traded a 3-1 for a 3-3 and made another recruit, but it was worth it just to get the 3 damage on. So that does absolutely nothing, and we win our first game. So the Warrior had a lot of removal, but nothing else. And since I had, thanks to my hero ability, honestly, it was really just thanks to my hero ability that I was able to win that game, because without recruits, I would have run out of cards. Alright, so we got a couple of quests here, actually. I ended up taking a little bit of a break from Hearthstone the last few days. Catching up on my Diablo 3 playing, spending a lot of time with, you know, my girlfriend. Her parents were in town. I got to meet the parents. I think they liked me. They said they did. I mean, you never know with people's parents. They'll always say they like you, but I think they did. We had some drinks and talked about life. But coming back to it, I think I missed a daily quest or 2 even by not logging into Hearthstone. But anyway, hopefully we'll catch up on that here and get 100 gold from those 2 dailies. Mycroft, hey, Sherlock Holmes fan, very nice. Well, this is a pretty good hand, actually. We're going to mulligan the Fen Creeper. I don't want to keep a 5-drop. I have enough in the deck that I don't need to keep it. And so, basically, turn 1, we pass. Regrettably, I didn't get my Worgen Infiltrator. Hopefully, then, turn 2, we get the Ooze to stick. It's somewhat unlikely because either he'll have, like, a 2-drop of his own, or he'll have Claw or Wrath. Or Moonfire, lots of things that will kill this Ooze or cause it to not stick around. But anyway, even if this dies, it'll hopefully take a card down with it. And then the Peacekeeper is nice as a 3-drop, because if he plays a 3-drop, I can Peacekeep it And as I've spoken about vociferously, I'm a really, really big fan of early Peacekeepers because they swing the tempo in your favor. A 3-3 for 3, first of all, is a pretty like big deal. Until a 4-drop comes down to kill it, a 3-3 is a kind of a big body, and the fact that it reduces the body of another minion, the attack of another minion, and maybe kills it, gives you like a nice little boost early on. We have a low curve hand here. So in my deck is still a ton of 2-drops, and also a few endgame cards. So really, as long as I can stay even with my opponent, I'll be fine. Okay, so he got a Harvest Golem. That's a little bit annoying. There's a couple of ways we could deal with it. Could play Shattered Sun Cleric, kill it that way. This will go down to 1 health. Then the Damaged Golem will kill the Shattered Sun Cleric, and the Shapeshift will kill the Ooze. So I don't like that plan very much. I could play the Peacekeeper to Peacekeep this Golem, then run into it with the Ooze. The Ooze will survive. The Peacekeeper will survive against the Damaged Golem, but that's a little bit weak. What I think I'd actually rather do is just this, even though it's using up the smallest amount of mana. Now the Damaged Golem can kill something, the other thing will survive. Well, the Damaged Golem can kill the 3-2, the 2-2 survives. I've still got the Peacekeeper on hand, the Wolf, and the Shattered Sun Cleric. All of which could be useful. That was a really good Harvest Golem for him, though. I mean, that caught him up after a slow start. So does he have a good 3-drop? No, he doesn't. Does he have a Claw to kill this off? No, he doesn't. So this is going to just die. And we got a couple of options here. I could either Peacekeep it, or I could Shattered Sun Cleric, or I could just play the Dread Corsair and ignore this guy. But I don't think I want to ignore this Kobold Geomancer. I actually do want to kill it. I'd like to play a Recruit here, but if I play a Recruit, then my guy dies. Okay, I guess we're going to do Shattered Sun Cleric here. I think that is a less good card to throw down like that than the Peacekeeper is. Swipe will clear my board and it'll get him back his card advantage. But still, a swipe being used against this, while I would prefer him not to have a swipe at all, is better than a swipe later, because a swipe later will start killing off my reinforcements. So he's thinking, I wonder if he's thinking, like, is it worth it to use a swipe? I mean, it probably is, unless the 4-drop is like a Sen'jin or something. Sen'jin would be really fantastic here. This also is really fantastic. So it's immune to the Outdoor Peacekeeper, and it kills off my Argent Protector, which is all kinds of annoying. Oh, another Shattered Sun Cleric. Well, that would let me kill his Warden, but then a swipe would kill everything again. I could drop this guy, but then we're just at a standoff. That's annoying. I could play the Wolf. What I could do is... No, there's nothing. Alright, we're just going to go for it here. I hate this. I hate to be this exposed to a swipe, but I just don't see a way around it. I mean, I could have put this... the buff on this, make this 4 power, 5 power. Nope, that guy just is actually really, really good here. So I'm not going to play the Wolf because the Wolf makes no difference. These guys are still going to kill the Warden. And the Wolf, well, maybe I should have played the Wolf. That way something could survive against a swipe. Now a swipe kills everything. But the Wolf would have gone down to 1 health after the swipe and died later without really accomplishing much. I guess an almost dead creature is better than a dead creature, but this way I sort of preserve a card. I don't know. I just hope he doesn't have a swipe or a Starfall. He has the swipe. Oh my god, I hate that card so much. And unfortunately, I did not get True Silver Champion. I got Sylvanas. Well, the problem with Sylvanas here, while a 5/5 is good on an empty board, if he has Starfall or Starfire and kills it, then I get nothing out of it. So what I'm actually going to do instead is play the Dread Corsair. And I'm going to play the Recruit. I'm really trying to get card advantage here. So I'm not playing this Wolf. I'm going to play the Recruit. The Wolf is protected from Shapeshift by the Taunter. And then I have the Wolf. I can drop it down later and buff this guy and maybe get some value out of it. I've really got to squeeze every point of value that I can because I don't have any card draw in this deck. And I'm up against the Druid who's, you know, cleared everything I had and not taken any damage. So it's kind of frustrating. I'm not really able to make it very far against Mycroft, the Sherlock Holmes fan here. Alright, Scarlet Crusader, very irritating card to deal with. So he had both of the really good 3-drops here, the Harvest Golem and the Scarlet Crusader. Yeah, this is a Dalaran Mage, that scares me, truth be told. Oh my gosh, Avenging Wrath, is that worth playing here? There's 5, 6... Yeah, this is actually totally worth playing. Yeah, it clears his board and it lets me keep stuff on my board, and it kills off 2 pretty decent creatures. Well, probably. So I actually got a little bit lucky there that it killed them both by itself. But I had the Recruit, it would have killed off the Scarlet Crusader, and the Pirate could have killed off the Dread Corsair if need be. Okay, this is good. So now I'm 6 cards up to his 5. I'm going to draw my 7th card here, getting more and more time to draw my endgame. Sylvanas could be really good if he drops a big tree of some kind, either an Ancient of War or an Ironbark Protector. He's got Druid of the Claw, which is actually really annoying for Sylvanas. Oh no, he's going to make the charging version, which makes sense because that lets him kill off my recruit. Ah, it's annoying. Okay, so now I can't play Sylvanas. This guy will happily sacrifice himself against it, and then Shapeshift will finish it off. So that's unfortunately not playable here. But what I can do is play the Peacekeeper. Make that guy a 1-1. Let's give my Peacekeeper Taunt to protect the recruit that I'm about to make. Alright, so I just need a little window. I need him to have one, like, not amazing turn. So I can drop Sylvanas in here. I just need him to play, like, a big minion. Like, just play Ironbark here or something, and I'll be pretty happy. Although Ironbark actually wouldn't be that great, because it would kill this and be an 8-5, and then the Sylvanas would actually kill it without being able to steal it. But then if I played Sylvanas in response and run it into the Ironbark, he wouldn't be able to play other minions because he'd know they'd get stolen once Sylvanas died. So it'd actually still be pretty good. So the 3-3 taunt is actually kind of frustrating for him. I mean, he has a 1 power and another 1 power, but if he doesn't have any more power, he's going to be in trouble. Oh my gosh, he's actually going to he's going to replay it, so he got to heal it up and... Oh my god, damn it, that is so annoying. He actually got to heal it up and replay it with charge. So you can pay a 4-4 charger for 5 mana and kill off my Peacekeeper. That leaves him without enough mana to shapeshift, though, so he might hold that in reserve, I guess. So that's why he's thinking here.
What to do?
He probably wants to kill off my recruits as they come without letting me keep that board presence up. Stampeding Coda will kill either this or my recruit. It kills, of course, the better creature, because of course it does. And now the 3-5 is threatening my 3-3. This is profoundly irritating. Alright, what we're going to do is play Silverhand Knight. I will play a wolf down here. Use my buffed recruit to kill that. Play another recruit. I'm not going to suicide against the Kodo. That seems pointless. We're going to swing for 4 damage. Alright, so hopefully these guys will stick around. This is a lot of power here. He's got the 4-4 charger, but now that will die to my Peacekeeper, making it a much less tempting play. I hope no more swipe, no more no Starfall to start with, and no more swipe. Just basically don't have mass removal and I'm fine. Still, you know, dragging out this game. I have 18 cards in my deck. The lack of card draw is so painful. But if there's still a Sea Giant in here, there's still a Justice in here, there's still a Ravenholt Assassin in here. Those are like my 3 cards. He is going to drop the Kodo down. My Wolf is kind of awkwardly placed, but I had to put it there in order to give the Peacekeeper and the Recruit buff. Maybe I should have played the Silverhand Knight on the left. He actually has a Starfall. Are you god-damned kidding me? So that will kill off just about everything. Luckily, this guy barely survives Shapeshift now. Lord. And he drops Ascension. Oh, man. Okay. So, Consecration would kill the Kodo, deal 2 damage to this, then it would trade with the Silverhand Knight. Yeah, we're just going to do it. And then drop Sylvanas on an empty board, which is not my favorite thing to do. But at least it really forces his hand. He now needs to play that stupid Charging Panther that he's been saving, run into Sylvanas, and then Shapeshift to finish Sylvanas off to avoid the negative effects. That's 7 of his mana. Then I will have 2 cards to his 3, so I'm really far behind, but... Oh no, he's actually got the Silence. Well, that's actually kind of pointless, actually, because he could have just killed it with the Panther. Unless he has an Ironbark that he wants to play here. Yeah, if he's just going to run the Panther into this and Shapeshift to finish it off, this is just a complete waste of Silence. I mean, it's not a complete waste. He got a 2-1 minion out of the deal, but I'm really happy that that was one of his cards as opposed to, you know, an actual card that does stuff. And he is, in fact, going to do that. So the Owl was just... He just got a 2-1 out of the deal. That's pretty much all it did. And took 5 damage. So I might be able to burn him out with True Silver Champions. That might have to be my best chance of winning this. Okay, so, okay, we need Ravenholt Assassin, we need Justice, we need Sea Giant. So, a little less than 1 in 5 of my cards are really, really good right now. The rest is pretty junky. Fen Creepers could be okay as well. It would let me keep a recruit against Shapeshifts. This Golem actually is quite good as well, very annoying for him to deal with, but if he's got big stuff here, I'm in trouble. So the Guribashi is big, but at least it's like a little bit delayed. It's like a delayed big. It's not big yet. Soul the Forest, definitely not the worst thing in the world. Could have been way worse. Just gonna use the Owl to kill my Ooze, which is all fine and good. Alright, True Silver Champion. So do we go for the kill here? This is 8 damage, plus 3 is 11. The issue is that he can heal a little bit every turn. I don't think I can afford to do that. I think I need to kill his stuff. So we're going to go ahead and hit him here. Swing. Get 3 damage through. Every point of damage matters for a lot now. Make another recruit. So the nice thing about the recruits, if he shapeshifts to kill them, then he's, not healing from his hero ability, which is nice. You can, of course, kill them with a Guribashi and enrage it, making it a 5-6, which is pretty frustrating. But still, I've got a couple more turns, I think. I mean, I've got a lot of health. I've got a couple more turns to find my Sea Giant, Ravenholt Assassin. Ravenholt Assassin would be the best, because my opponent couldn't mess with it. So it would really give me a good chance to finish off the game. Fairy Dragon will die to my weapon, that's fine. What's his last card? Ancient of War, no! Jesus, that's bad. Well, I'm in trouble. I have no answers for this. I don't have any silence. I never saw any silence in the draft. He actually had a motherfucking Ancient of War after all that removal and everything good. So I can deal 2, 3, 7. I can deal 9 damage to this fucking thing. God damn it. Ancient of War. Seriously. Freaking seriously. Alright, well, what we're going to do here is this. I'm going to throw that in, because it's going to die anyway. I'm going to make a recruit. Do I just throw everything at this thing? Now the Guribashi got enraged, so it'll just kill my Dark Iron Dwarf. I don't think it's worth it to throw things at it. We're just going to pass the turn. I could still potentially win this game if I got Ravenholt Assassin and Sea Giant back to back. It's not impossible. If I'd hit him in the face earlier, I wouldn't have won. I don't have any Hammer of Wrath to finish him off. Oh my god, I cannot believe this ridiculous game. This game was annoying. Oh my gosh, and of course he's a Starfall. Obviously, that's the card he would top deck in this situation. Alright, well, you lose some games of Hearthstone in an extremely aggravating fashion. And that is definitely the case here. So he can just comfortably go for the face with this 5-7 taunt that I can't get past. Yep, he's not even bothering to kill my stuff. He's just going for the face. He can shapeshift, kill off the recruit, leaving me with just 6 damage, not enough to get past this thing. And my health is dropping very quickly. He just dealt, 10 damage to me here. Oh my god. Well, that's frustrating. So anyway, hopefully this game ends. I don't know why he's playing so slowly. Hopefully this game ends soon so that we can get on to the next game. Yes, my friend, time waits for no one. Oh, god damn it. Well, let's see what we get here, Bloodsail Raider. Nope. Not good enough. Not good enough. It is a 6-3, but it'll just die to the Fairy Dragon before it can ever hit this Ancient of War. He's got 5, 10, 13. He's actually got 14 damage, so Savage Roar is the game. Please let me concede before he hits me with all the stuff. Thank you. And that's that. So if you enjoyed that video, please like and or subscribe to support me. We're going to be back in just a moment with the rest of the games. Hopefully we'll shake off that infuriating loss and get up 4 more wins to reach our target of 5. I'll see you folks soon.